Can walking really add years to your life? Well, in this video, I'm going to reveal to you the shocking science behind walking and longevity. I will share with you the powerful yet specific walking technique that's going to help you to live longer, help you to stay independent, and even slow your aging at the cellular level. I will even give you an optimal longevity walking routine that you can use right away, and I'm going to share some success stories with you. By the way, if you plan to make changes to your health, even the healthy changes, get clearance from your doctor first. So, studies show that people who walk regularly have a 40% lower risk of dying prematurely, even when they don't add intense workout to their walks. So, why is walking such a longevity superpower? Well, it seems that walking protects us against age related diseases, specifically, helps to reduce things like the risk of heart disease, the risk of stroke, dementia, and even certain cancers. A Harvard study showed that walking just 30 minutes a day can lower your heart disease risk by as much as 35%. And an NIH study showed that women over 50 like me who walked 7,500 to 5 to 10,000 steps a day actually reduced their mortality risk by 50%. By the way, these studies are going to be found in the link below. So, what we found is that running actually helps the heart. Walking also helps the heart. And the heart disease is the number one killer. So, it makes sense that we decrease our mortality risk with walking. Walking is even beneficial at the cellular level, as I mentioned earlier, because walking we actually will protect your telomeres. Now, telomeres are these protective caps on the ends of DNAs, and what we know is as we age, the telomeres shorten in length, and walking seems to protect this. People spend a lot of time and a lot of money trying to get treatments to lengthen their telomeres, and yet a simple thing like walking can help that. A UCSF study found that people who walked briskly, I want you to remember that, they had telomeres that were 10, it looked like someone 10 years younger, basically. So walking can slow down the level of aging at the cellular level. The study did point out brisk walking, right? So what you might want to do is to pick up that pace because you know that it will help with your biological clock. So let's talk a bit more about the type of walking that's best for longevity. We know that not all walking is created equally. And as I mentioned in the study before, brisk walking seems to be scientifically proven to help with longevity compared to just casual slow walking. What is brisk walking? We often say about 100 steps per minute, or if you are talking, you're using the talk test, you can have a conversation, but you're slightly out of breath. If you are comfortably holding a conversation with someone as you're walking, then you're walking too slowly. So you do want brisk walking, and you want to therefore pick up the pace. The other thing that we found is that with brisk walking, you're going to elevate your heart rate. You tend to sweat. And so you don't necessarily feel like you're pushing yourself to exhaustion, but it does feel like you're doing something. And brisk walking, as shown by the Mayo Clinic, can increase your life expectancy by 20 years than slow walking. That's 20 years, people. So pick up the pace. Let's turn our attention to an optimal walking routine. The first part of it, the magic, in terms of the number, seems to be about 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day, according to a Harvard study. People who walk 7,000 steps per day seem to have about a 50 to 70% lower chance of dying early compared to those who walk less than 4,000 steps a day. That said, if you are currently sedentary, don't start walking 7,000 steps, right? Start slow and build up. Um, a bonus tip is that if you don't have a lot of time or if you find it hard to do, break it up. Do walk 3 times a day for 10 minutes each time. So brisk walking, 7 to 10,000 steps, Adding inclines, stairs, or hills is another thing that seems to boost longevity. And another thing is doing intermittent bursts of walk. So 20 to 30 seconds of really fast sprint walking, and then going back down to regular walking, and then having these intermittent bursts of fast pace. These seem to be helpful. They also help with energy, with sleep. They improve focus and may even help with your aches and pain. So let's look at some success stories. You guys have heard me talk about the blue zones before. These are longevity hotspots throughout the world. Here in the US, we have one in Loma Linda, California. We also have in Okinawa, Japan, and in Sardinia, Italy. And what we found is that the elderly women in these blue zones, they use walking as a natural part of their lives. They walk to see friends, they walk for different reasons, and they live the longest lives in the world. I've also shared the story of my great grandmother who died at 98. And as I've said to you, she was healthy and active and um, mentally with it up to the time of her death. Her death came from a fall and a hip fracture with complications from that. My great grandmother used to walk to my grandfather, her son's place of business every day and walk home. And this place of business was many miles away. And she did this into her later years, walking because she had somewhere to go, like the people of the blue zones. And it kept her active and strong. And I can say for myself, I have a daily walking practice. I walk about 3 to 5 miles a day, every day. And I have found that it increases my energy. It promotes good sleep. I improves my well-being, helps to keep me lean, helps to manage my blood sugar. I used walking to help reverse my prediabetes many years ago. It was one of the strategies I used. Also, as a physical medicine and rehab physician and a lifestyle medicine specialist, I deal with patients with function, and I deal with clients that are changing their lifestyle. And one thing I've noticed is that those who tend to remain active in old age, they remain active, they stay that way later on. So when they intentionally walk and be active, that's something that follows them, and that helps with balance. It helps to prevent falls. It helps with longevity, right? So what are you waiting for? Pick up your sneakers and go for a walk. um, I know that for some people they may have challenges with walking, whether it's motivation or whatever. If you have challenges, put it in the comments below. I might be able to just give you a quick idea and change your perspective, right? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit. As you know, I am promoting healthy aging and longevity, and this is going to be an ongoing series on the benefits of walking. I also have a walking blueprint that you can download for free, and it will be in the link below, because I want you and I want me to age well and age healthfully and age with strength and vibrancy. And it takes being intentional to get that done. And by the way, if you like this video, look out for the next one. I'm going to talk with you about how walking can help you when it comes to maintaining your independence as you age. Thank you so much for listening.